Hello, and welcome to my presentation on the Mind Diet. Today, we are going to be talking about brain health and ways we can eat that help and promote our brain health. My name is Katie Shannell, and I am currently a dietetic intern at the UChicago Medicine Ingalls Memorial Hospital in Harvey, Illinois. And I'm so excited to become a registered dietitian one day so that I can help people explore food options and really create a healthy life, help them create a healthy lifestyle for themselves. Today, let's talk about the brain. Poor brain health is a lot more serious than you think. The brain begins showing signs of cognitive decline as a person enters their 20s. 3 out of 5 Americans will develop a brain disease in their lifetime. A brain disease includes Alzheimer's, dementia, and stroke. And by 2030, the total cost of brain disease is expected to exceed over $1 trillion. So, question for you, what are some ways that you can promote brain health? Here are just a few examples. You can manage your blood pressure and manage your blood glucose, and you can also control your cholesterol. All of those 3 can help promote brain health. Also, a good night's rest can promote good brain function. Physical activity also helps promote brain health. And last but not least, eating well helps your brain become healthy. So that's what we're going to focus on today. We're going to focus on a diet called the Mind Diet. And the Mind Diet is a brain healthy diet that has shown to reduce the risk of Alzheimer's disease while boosting cognitive and mental health. It is actually a fusion between 2 diets, the Mediterranean diet and the DASH diet, or also called the Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension. I'm sure you've heard of the Mediterranean diet. It's very popular, and it emphasizes vegetables, fruits, nuts, fish, olive oil, and red wine. Now, the DASH diet was actually developed by the U.S. National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute for treating high blood pressure. It also centers around eating whole grains, vegetables, fruits, but unlike the Mediterranean diet, it's low in sodium. And this Mind Diet was really created by a research team at Chicago's Rush University Medical Center, and they wanted to prove or disprove its ability to prevent Alzheimer's. And originally, it was called the Mediterranean Dash Intervention of Neurodegenerative Delay Diet, but they shortened it to Mind Diet. And what the research showed and kind of the information that gathered was that spanning an average of 4.5 years showed that participants following the Mind Diet rigorously lowered their risk for Alzheimer's disease by as much as 53%. But it also showed that participants who followed the diet moderately well had a lowered risk of Alzheimer's disease by 35%, which is still really big. So obviously more research is needed to confirm these results, but using this type of dietary pattern seems to be a promising strategy to improve that cognitive decline in the older population. The Mind Diet consists of 2 different groups. And that includes foods that you want to include in your diet and also foods that you want to minimize. Not avoid, but just minimize. Everything fits in a diet, but you'll see as we talk a little bit more about those foods, You just want to minimize them. Foods to include, we have whole grains. You want to get about 3 or more servings per day. Leafy greens, 6 servings per week. Other vegetables such as carrots, squash, or even red peppers. You should have 1 serving per day. Nuts, you want to shoot for 5 servings per week. Berries, 2 or more servings per week. Beans and legumes, 3 or more servings per week. Fish, 1 or more servings per week. Poultry, 2 or more servings per week. Wine, 1 serving per day. And olive oil you want to use as your main cooking oil as opposed to butter or vegetable oil. Now, foods that you want to minimize are pastries and sweets, less than 5 servings per week. Red meat, less than 4 servings per week. Cheese, less than 1 serving per week. Fried or fast foods, less than 1 serving per week. And butter or margarine, you want less than 1 tablespoon per day. Now, how does this diet, this MIND diet, protect against Alzheimer's disease? Now, obviously, eating more vegetables and fruits and fewer pastries is a good overall health move, but exactly how the MIND diet reduces the risk of Alzheimer's disease is not fully understood. But here are just some of the most likely explanations of how it can inhibit mental decline. First, by having a diet high in plant-based foods, you're going to have a diet high in vitamins and minerals, and that can help prevent cognitive impairment. So focusing on vitamin C and vitamin E, studies have shown that when you combine the two, it can prevent memory loss and lower the risk of Alzheimer's and dementia by 60%. Vitamin K has also shown to play a role in preventing Alzheimer's, and vitamins B6, B12, and folic acid all work together, and they can reduce brain atrophy and improve brain function. So these are all vitamins and minerals that you're getting from all of the foods that you're eating that are more that plant-based, so all your fruits and vegetables, your whole grains, your beans, all of that. Berries. Berries are absolutely delicious and they're great for your mind. They are super important, all kinds of berries. You got blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. They are the only fruits that have proven in studies to improve your memory and also improve cognitive skills. And that is from the flavonoids that the berries contain. And these flavonoids are what give berries that vibrant color. Those deep purples, all those different shades of red and blues, just all those pretty colors are all the flavonoids in berries. Fish is an excellent source of vitamin B12 and omega-3 fatty acids. And vitamin B12 deficiency affects about 40% of adults and can definitely be a problem for seniors. So that's why eating fish and getting some vitamin B12 is not a bad thing. Omega-3 fatty acids is actually essential for brain health and function. It's the building block of the brain. So by eating fish high in omega-3 fatty acids, which are like salmon, it can lower the risk of dementia and Alzheimer's according to some studies. Now, it's never too late to start. Just by adding a few things into your diet every day can definitely make an improvement. As you know, the research that they showed was that somebody and participants who follow the diet moderately, not rigorously, still show an improvement in that lower risk of Alzheimer's disease. So I have some recipes for you that you can make or have a family member make, and hopefully they can start making in the community so that you can improve your brain health. First one are savory roasted chickpeas. So all you do is you roast your chickpeas in the oven with some olive oil, cumin, chili powder, cayenne, and sea salt. Now, if you don't like any kind of spice, I would minimize or omit the cayenne pepper. Next is a nice, refreshing blueberry, rosemary, lemon mocktail. This includes fresh blueberries, a rosemary stem, agave, lemon juice, and that sparkling water that will give your mocktail a nice little zing. Next, we have a beautiful arugula, strawberry, and walnut salad. That contains arugula, endive, give it a little bit of a crunch, walnuts, olive oil, strawberries, and shallots. Now, to give it a little bit of a sweeter flavor, you could get candied walnuts at the store, or you can make them in your house by just roasting some walnuts with some sugar, and you'll get a nice little sweet roast of that walnut that really pairs well with that pepperiness from the arugula. Next, for an entree, we have a spinach and cranberry stuffed salmon. So we have salmon that's stuffed with spinach, basil, lemon zest, garlic, craisin, and nuts. Really any kind of nuts that you might have on hand or might be your favorite type of nuts. I would probably do some pecans or even some almonds would be really tasty on there. And last but not least, we have chocolate pudding with raspberries. The chocolate pudding is made with coconut milk, maple syrup, dark chocolate, raspberries, cinnamon, cardamom, and vanilla extract. That coconut milk is just going to make the pudding very smooth and silky, and you'll have that hint of coconut in there with that dark chocolate and raspberry. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Well, thank you for listening to this presentation. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask the registered dietitian. And I hope you learned something wonderful that you can take away, whether that be adding some nuts to your diet every day, or even just adding some berries or eating fish, once a week and trying that. So thank you again for listening, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.